Thank you for the kind introduction and welcome everyone on this first slot of the day. I appreciate your energy in coming to attend this. So your cortisol level must be good to be able to wake up on time and beat the traffic to come here. So I'm going to be talking about a very hot topic. Most of you will probably have heard about peptide. It's on the rave of wellness, aesthetics, and anti-aging management. And I'm going to be talking about a combination of 3 peptides in particular, which are synergistic. Retatrutide, which is about to be FDA approved. The third version of Ozempic, that you probably know, by Eli Lilly, combined with MOTS-c and GHK-Cu. Right, so these are the 3 hands of wellness, aesthetics, and longevity, like I mentioned. So Reta, in short, is not only the GLP-1 antagonist, but it also works on 2 other receptors, GIP, glucagon, and it will be able to rewire your metabolic rate like Ozempic does, but even more profoundly. Decrease your appetite, but also clear your hepatic fats. And when we combine it with MOTS-c, you will be able to also work on your mitochondrial axis, shifting together with your metabolic axis. And with the GHK-Cu, you have the necessary enzyme to also synthesize your collagen, your epigenetic repair. Now, these very powerful interventions are not to be taken lightly, okay, which is the focus of this talk, because they are very powerful, right? So if you don't have the right lab, you don't have the right foundation, it is like you are putting great fuel in a broken car, it's going to break down. Right? So a lot of people using Reta, they reported even more tired than before. It's because things are not working properly. Right? MOTS-c, you increase your number of mitochondria, but then your mitochondria is not working properly in the first place, your membrane is not intact, then it's all for nothing. You're going to even get worse. So I'm going to show you some labs on how to ensure the foundation is correct before you use this very powerful synergistic intervention. So I'm not going to be talking about dosage and all that. You can come and see us later, right? But rather I'm going to be focusing on the labs, the foundation, before you even start using this intervention, right? So we're not going to be talking about that. So these are the key labs that you need to ensure that the patient is ready. Your fasting glucose, your HbA1c need to be top-notch. Your fasting insulin level, your hormone IR, the lipid complete, not your normal cholesterol lipid profile, but the advanced one that I will be showing you. Because both Reta and MOTS-c, they very powerfully influence your glucose pathway, and therefore having your very good metabolic efficiency baseline would ensure that you are able to titrate this safely, right? As your fat burning accelerates. So this is the The WellLab HOMA test, for example, insulin fasting, you can calculate your HOMA score and make sure it is within range. Okay, make sure it's like normal, less than 2, your HOMA level. It's the insulin resistance index test. Your HbA1c, make sure it is be below 5. And your lipid panel, total cholesterol is meaningless. Do not look at that, even though it is high. You need to look at the subfraction. You need to look at your lipoprotein A, upper protein B, and your ratio, your CRP, of course, right? So you want to ensure in this graph everything is in blue, okay, before you start. And of course, if anything is in red or even orange, you can bring it down, optimize it first before you start those treatments. And there are a lot of natural stuff. I have an expert here, Jaga, my good friend, will be able to tell you how using like fish oil and garlic, things like that, citrus bergamot to shift down all these, go on a ketogenic diet to bring it all back into healthy range, right? So your subfraction score, is it reported here? Maybe here. Okay, so your mean particle size, okay, so you cannot see that. So mean particle size need to be larger than 268, right? So this is too small, will be causing a lot of cardiovascular events, right? It will be sticky on your vessels. So when you do all this treatment, it's going to explode. Even your HDL need to be, in yellow or blue. HDL also have sizes. And of course, protecting your hepatic function, your renal function, pancreatic function, right? So all these markers need to be checked. And your thyroid function, to ensure that your future metabolic changes is going to be directly attributed to the peptide, right? Rather than because you have a thyroid issue. To do that, you need to have a complete thyroid profile. So most lab will report your TSH, your free T3, free T4, and if these are normal, you think you have a good thyroid function, but no, you also need to check your reverse T3. Okay, so if your reverse T3 is low, then you have a ratio which is a problem still for your thyroid system. And your inflammation marker, of course, right, your hs-CRP. And related to that is your cortisol, because cortisol drives inflammation. So not only you do your blood cortisol like most lab, which actually is not advisable because by the time you draw blood, your cortisol is going to increase anyway, so it's an artificial rise. Rather, we will suggest you use a saliva test, 6-point saliva test. So the first half an hour, not now, immediately after you wake up, half an hour later, and half an hour later, this will be most telling whether your cortisol shift is within the healthy range, and then throughout the day, 6 draw of cortisol. So this is the new test, not the old 4 adrenal index test, right? So this is cortisol awakening response. Make sure that is in healthy range. And of course, since you are using copper, you need to ensure your copper level is in top notch. So not only your total copper level, but also your free copper level, which can only be revealed through the measure of your cellular plasmin, which is your copper carrier. Okay? And very importantly, your copper zinc ratio, because these are also a very important enzyme to have everything working together. So if your free copper level is too high, then your ratio will be out of whack as well. And you can do everything in one test called the NutriStart, right? We'll have all your heavy metal, your liver function, kidney function, right? The reverse T3, your complete thyroid profile, your hormones, all your metals, and amino acid even, fatty acid, omega, your rates of cycling, your citric cycle, and at the end of which you will get a cheat sheet to tell you what exactly is you needed to optimize all your axis, the metabolic axis, and we are able to compound this. Instead of taking 100, 200 supplement, you can just take 2 spoonfuls a day, synergistically, time delay, to ensure that everything is optimized, do a retest, and then when everything is optimized, then you can start this very powerful stack. But that's not the end of the story. Why? Because of this. Right? When you're using the copper peptide, it's very stimulating. So if you have any issues of hidden cancer, right? You don't want the patient to sue you and say you're causing cancer. It doesn't cause cancer, but if there are any issue there, there will be a problem. So it's not good enough to just use the normal tumor marker, right? That is a very late detection of cancer. So even though your tumor marker is all negative, doesn't mean you're free to start the powerful treatment, right? You want to look at the cancer risk genes. This is just 2 of it. There are many more, right? And then you can come to a WellLab, and then you can see whether these genes have any stability or issues in the gene that are unstable, depending on the score, right? Score of like over 10 will be a problem, and then there would be over 20. Then you are already having mutations starting going on, live in your patient's body. So if you have something like this, then treat that first. There are treatment, right, to reverse that back to a 1 to 5 mutation. and if you have some instability, then you can, there are FDA-approved drugs for that. There are natural substances as well. And you can even run the number of CTC, circulating tumor cells, right? See whether it is more than the reference range here of 2 per million or something like that, right? And you can do it according to the different organs as well. If it's more than 5, then for breast cancer is more indicated. For other cancer is less. Prostate, you need to be more than 20, right? And furthermore, there are specific cancer stem cells. You want all these to be negative. I do this every year, right? If it's a positive, it's not good, of course. Then there natural supplements and treatment or drugs to turn it to dim, which is mildly partially positive, better than positive, right? But you want everything to be turned back to negative, right? So this is specific to lung. So say your lung, you have a positive lung gene and it's unstable, then you do this further test. We're not suggesting you do all these tests that cost money, right? One by one, you do the gene test first, it's positive. Then you do the stability test, it's positive. Then next, you go dig deeper. And then treat all this, make sure it's all negative. Then, okay, so this is what they explain, all the different stem cells. Okay, yeah, so this is what they explain. And lastly, mitochondria. Because you're using MOTS-c, it's going to increase the number of mitochondria in your cells. But if your mitochondrial membrane is all leaking and everything, things are going to go worse. You have a lot of fuel, but your car is broken. So you need to run a mitochondrial test. There are 4 complexes. All these need to be 100%. Too much is not a good thing. Too little is not a good thing. Make sure everything is 100%, right? That there are specific intervention, exercise, lifestyle changes, supplements to make sure all the membrane, everything, you know. I think there are probably some booth here selling PPQ and coenzyme Q10. These are good supplements depending on which complex you are down, all right? My clinic, we have a bicep machine to increase complex 4. Exercise is great for complex 4. So when all this is all good, we have a simple blood test that enables you to do that. Then you are ready for this very powerful stack, right? Safety first, then you can get precision medicine. Question? If
Any questions? You're welcome to ask any questions to Dr. Edward Chan.
On this very powerful intervention for those who didn't have enough cortisol to come in on time, can go back. This is what we are talking about. This combination.
Any question? No, huh? Okay.
Can I ask the question?
Please, yes.
I heard about this Retatrutide is almost the same like doing bariatric surgery. So may I know what is the current dose that is advisable? Because I know Retatrutide already passed the clinical trials.
The phase, yeah. Phase 3 is going to be probably next month going to be approved by FDA, Eli Lilly, and hopefully we will get it. So this will be the recommended dose. Start low and titrate it. But even before that, I want to ensure all the labs are all optimum first, right? Because these are very powerful. And if you combine with MOTS-c and GHK-copper, fantastic. Great synergy, right? Not Retra itself. So, yeah, get your foundation right first before even starting.
Okay, we called our chairperson to give a certificate for Dr. Edward Chan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Edward Chan.